God is good, and with each day that passes brings us a day closer to the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. This is the Nathan Napalm channel, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in Pantheon related content on our march to launch, because it's mainly what we talk about here. Guys, today is newsletter day for May, and I'm super excited. I really loved this very opening that they did for this newsletter. Today, I want to pinpoint one specific topic in it, and we'll cover more as we go. But for today, I want to talk about this this kind of fan-driven, community-driven, I should say, approach to how to do their next stream. Okay, so let's look at what they said exactly. It says here that thanks to the community, we quickly realized we were missing the mark with the initial announcement for last month's live stream of Co-Carnage. You reminded us it was important to see some of the progress we've been up to over the past couple of months. So we immediately took steps to adapt to a format that more closely matches what fans wanted to see. You have our sincere commitment to continue to evolve and change how we create and present the game based on community feedback, whenever the changes are in line with the spirit and vision of the game. So that's very cool. First of all, a couple things I want to talk about that comment they made right there before we get to the meat and potatoes, is I want to say right there at the end, because when I was reading this, I was like, did we just cross in the line where the community is going to actually decide the vision of the game? Because that gets a little iffy, that gets a little scary. It's what a lot of people in the Pantheon community are worried about, because the crowd that comes with this game as we get closer to launch, and especially in those twilight beginning hours, the honeymoon period of launch, those are some random people, right? These may not be the long-term community, and we don't want them to come in and just wreck everything and trash it and take a crap in the living room floor of our game and then leave after the first 30 to 90 days, right? So that's what I was worried about. But then at the end, they addressed that perfectly. Thank God they realized that that's what we would think when they were talking about, you know, we're going to evolve and change things based on what the community wants. Ben Dean is a super smart guy. I already knew that, but he knew to address that by putting there whenever the changes are in line with the spirit and vision of the game. Thank you, Ben Dean. Beautifully put. Love it. Might as well be poetry to me. Okay, so let's move forward though. So what does this mean? So we know that Project Faerthale is continuing to come along. How far along are they, and are they going to show us this encounter? I don't think so. I don't think it would be smart to stream this encounter. Now, maybe they are. Maybe it's what they're planning. I'm not... Hey, they're the experts, right? So if that's what they want to do, it's what they want to do, and that's fine. The thing is, though, is this encounter sounds really cool that they're working on with the storm atmosphere, and my opinion only, but probably that little picture they showed at the end of the last Co-Carnage stream in April, I'm going to assume that that's part of it too, that that's the final fight, or maybe it's mixed in there in that encounter somehow, some way. But anyway, I don't think they're going to show that encounter, because I feel like that's something you can tease us with, right? You can show us little clips of it, you can maybe show us, you know, a couple of things about it, but you don't want to give it all away, because it's a big deal. That's a big piece of the pie of enjoying the game when it launches, in my opinion. Now, you may disagree, and it doesn't, you know, maybe affect you to go ahead and see things in action because you haven't actually played it, so you get just as much enjoyment out of getting to experience it yourself, which I'm not going to say I don't understand that point of view. I totally do, but I think that showing us too much is a problem as well. But, of course, I want to see a little bit about Project Faerthale. You know, I want to see something, you know, show us one little dungeon, even if it's the crappiest. As a matter of fact, I would recommend showing us the least of the favorite, you know, the least of the cool, you know, but just to get us a little more enticed, to give us a little bit more to go off of and get excited about, and just show us even a piece of that dungeon, even a little section. And, you know, we don't want to map all these things out before the game comes out. I totally agree with so many people in my community and across the Pantheon community as a whole that we don't want to know everything before the game comes out. It takes all the magic away. And so far, they've kept us very, I don't want to use the word restrained, but they kept us in a specific bubble, you know, with the dungeons they've shown and all that kind of thing. And I always just took that as, okay, they're not going to give too much away. They don't want to show us too much because it would ruin the game. It would ruin the magic, right? The excitement, the newness, and all that kind of thing. But if they could just find a little pocket, doesn't even have to be a dungeon. As a matter of fact, maybe we've seen enough dungeon. Maybe just a little section of the map and let us see some cool things, see some beautiful artwork and world building kind of thing and all that kind of stuff, and just get us just something. Whet our appetite just a little bit. And of course, we're all excited about this animation updates and everything going on there, and it's a wonderful thing. But that's what I think, that's my opinion on the Project Faerthale and how I think they should handle it and how I hope they handle it. And I'm very excited though that they're listening to the community, but not letting it affect the spirit and the vision of the game. That's so key when you're developing a game for a niche market that we know isn't as mainstream as something like World of Warcraft or many other MMOs out there, Elder Scrolls Online, that kind of thing. Those are very mass marketed, right? Like, much more people can enjoy that kind of game. What we're getting with Pantheon is something that our niche has wanted for a really long time and not gotten. We're hungry, we're unsatisfied, we're begging for it. You know, we've been begging for it, and most of us have been Googling, looking for a game, just even in the works, you know, that would be this kind of community-focused, group gameplay-centric MMO, right? And we're getting that finally with Pantheon coming soon. Although they're not going to give away the alpha date just yet, we might as well touch on that because I don't want to make a separate video about that topic. So we might as well touch on that here. They did talk about that there's it's kind of just like, we're sorry, we know you want to know when is alpha, when is beta, when is launch, all this kind of things. They hate telling us to be announced soon, but the simple answer to that, which has been the answer for a while, is simply they do have goals and time frames in place that they're trying to get to. You know, they have these various internal dates that they're trying to reach, and so far from, you know, what we know, they've been doing a very good job in keeping up, but they don't want to take us down this, what they call roller coaster ride of dates changing, getting pushed back, and you know, just all the demotivation that comes with that. So they're waiting until they feel it's a little bit more concrete before they share those dates with us, just so we don't have to go through that and get disappointed, that kind of thing. And I'm okay with that. I think that's a smart philosophy. I think that's fine. Of course, we're going to always have to answer that question, when is alpha, when is beta, when is launch. I'm sure in the comments section of this very video, people will be asking me those very questions, and that's okay. I poke a little bit of fun at those questions, of course, in my puppet videos, etc. But I get it. I really do. Trust me, I totally understand. And we all want to see it. And of course, the development team knows we want to see that. And they know we want to know that. And it's just they can't tell us, okay? So it's just what they said it is. This is part of the journey, guys. For everybody on board this early of Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, we're on a journey together, okay? And this is part of the journey. And us content creators, myself, Pantheon Plus, Basgrim TV, Battle Axe Theater, Voices of Terminus, Standing in Fire Podcast, we're all, and many others, by the way. Sorry if I didn't mention you, don't get your feelings hurt. But we're just all on this journey together. And us content creators, we're just trying to keep your appetite satisfied enough to make it through this journey, okay? We're not filling your belly. I get it. I wish we could. I wish I could. I wish I could fill you all the way up and you would be totally satisfied and not need any more information. I wish I could do that for you, but of course I cannot. I try to keep you as satisfied as possible with the information that we have and discussing it and talking about it. So in that vein, guys, please leave a comment down below what you think. Are you excited to hear that they're going to be moving more towards this, and we're probably next stream most likely going to see Project Faerthale in some capacity and get to see all that kind of thing? Or do you feel more like you wish they would just keep staying in these same areas, showing us the animation upgrades and that kind of thing, and showing us progression without showing us new areas? Because there's a lot of people in the community that feel that way as well. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys. And once again, thanks for joining me, and until next time, God bless and happy gaming. Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. My friends all say I'm it's a video buffet. You can even hit replay. But please just subscribe. I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize, but just please just subscribe and hit the bell notification too.